Hello, welcome to Xenia Guides Light, my YouTube channel, and we are doing our December energy update, energy review, see what's going on, how was the last year, what this December means for us, as it is a closing chapter of the year, and it's a ninth year. So we want to make sure we complete all the cycles, release all that we were working on releasing this month and this year, so that we step into this new era. 2026 is another year before we fully embody the change and transformation. So beginning 2024 to 2027, those are the like in between transformational transitional years where we see as all the system collapsing, all the untruths are being revealed, and all the, like lower and darker side is being seen right now. So it's next year will be maybe even more intense in a sense of things happening and changing, and also a lot of like earth cataclysmic events that is like also a symptom of a transition and transformation within earth itself. So and so yeah, one step at a time. Hold on, so much energy is coming through. So thank you for being here, and let's take a deep breath and connect all together and get these messages for the greater good of all and to harm to none. And calling our angels and guides, goddesses, Yeshua, Mother Mary, Isis, Earth itself. And we have Mother Earth as well as one of the cards that I already kind of started tapping into the energy of this month and what happening overall and ending of the cycles and of the year 9. And so the Mother Earth giving me this energy of that everything is great, that everything is working out the way it is, and that uh, like feeling safe and secure. So you are in the hands of Earth, of Mother Earth, of the divine guidance, of the being itself. We are children of the Earth. The physical body is as a child, is a product, is a result of Earth being a life being that is so generous and so abundant and so prosperous that it gives all life on Earth a life support, so endless possibilities and limitless, abundance and fulfillment. So, but the darker side, that the how to say like the lower frequency energies, the dense energy of 3D where we were, made us kind of have flipped perspective and wrong, not aligned truths that were running. And so we see all the corruption, all the crazy stuff that's going on in the government, like in every country, like wherever you look, is all shows that chaos that really confirms that the humanity were living not in divinely alignment path, and so that we we lost the path long time ago, and we end in this cycle of like 2000 years this December to kind of see the results. So like once you make it your choice, you have consequences that you live through, and then once that over, you are called to make another choice. And so if you learn this month is the time to really um, learn the lesson of your previous choices and the consequences that you had to suffer through, to know that like next choice needs to be based on more love and abundance and not the fear and limitation, so that the consequences of the choice will be fruitful, will be blessings, will be in alignment and in support of the whole life and living on earth. And so the earth is shifting. So the shift happening in energetically and physically. So all the shifts are happening, they are kind of restructure of DNA. Like we humans as a physical body going through restructure in DNA and during this shift, and the earth itself shifts. And so we have a shape shifter here, transform and unveil your gifts. So once we shift out from the lower density into higher density, the more gifts and more abilities as a spirit, as a being, as the being able to see the past better is unveiling. So it's not that like we just we discovering it. So it's already there. Everything is already lived through. We're just catching up with reality, and then the shift is inevitable because it's already like programmed trajectory of the universe, and we humans are being lost and being resentment and resisting the change, the transformation. And for long years we were like choosing a path away from nature, away from our true like identities, our true nature of being, that humans are the more nature like beings than industrial, than being like workers. And that way we see that right now, how many people just feeling trapped and working 9 to 5 or like 9 to 9 for 20 hours and no sleep. There's no life. It's just survival. It's just being put in a cage and working and just paying and making money for somebody else. So that was the like a line that we were put on and like to make us work. So this time and all this transition is to overthrow that leadership, right? Overthrow that pattern and create new reality where everybody is, feeling safe, feeling in this natural state, being connected to nature, to yourself, to your knowledge, to your intuition, doing what you like, and not worrying about survival. Because as we already know, and in energy, we have been provided in all religion. It says like everything is already exists. We already have everything that we need. It's just for our mind taught to deny it and purposely led to believe certain thing that makes us in prisoners our own mind, and our own limiting beliefs keeps us where we are. So this year was a second year of transition into the higher dimension, into the a new timeline, and Earth is shifting. So, and we were before I was doing reading as well, so that's showing that a lot of people will be put in front of this choice to either you choosing yourself, you're choosing the truth, you're choosing authenticity, you're choosing nature, you're choosing like going um, into the divine alignment and not refusing the flow, and then not choosing like money. And not that money is like something bad, that the intent behind wanting money is not as like divine how it's supposed to be. The money is a tool that allows you to fulfill your divine desires. But nowadays all we want is just money to feel secure. We just want to have money in the bank account without even wanting to do anything with it, just to have it as a like security, to know that okay, I'm safe now. So this is just again survival mode. We just want to have some kind of reassurance of tomorrow that by having certain amount of money in your bank account. So this is again showing us that this doesn't bring us satisfaction. It doesn't bring us fulfillment. It doesn't bring us being authentic and really doing what your soul deeply desires. And then this year was the year when this unknown, this like deep feeling, unknown, subconscious, like a struggle coming to. So like it's like we were driven so much by um, their false truth that we forgot what's real, like real hidden truths and subconscious truths, what's real hidden soul's desires are. We kind of lost it. And then all these years, all this time, all this what happening is just trying to awaken us and remind us that like all this monetary like 3D things, they are not their goal. They are not um the the reason what will give you your satisfaction. They are not, they are, seems like it. Like if I have all this money in the bank, I pay all my bills and like my problems are gone. So because we live in this kind of situation that this is like default statements, you just, you know, you have to pay for your living, that's itself, the system is doomed to like keep us stuck there. So as long as we all we think about is to survival and putting bread on the table and, you know, keeping the roof over our heads, we're stuck. We can't create anything. We can't you know, be ourselves, explore, change, grow, because all we focus on is to survive. And then this time is coming to an end. It's time to, you know, um, energy, embrace energy of peace. It's giving me like stopping the fight, stopping the needs to. It's like broken arrow. You don't need to this toxic masculinity energy, this like doing without intent, just like having some kind of robotic and really predetermined line of action that you're not in control of. So your emotions, your programmings, your beliefs, fears is just running you around, and you are just like, oh my God, life is unfair to me. Like I'm going through all this shit, but you really not doing any work towards changing the situation. So when we coming into end of this year, it's really showing you like where you're standing as a like self being, like being of you, like who do you know who you are? Do you know your potential? Do you know your energy? Do you know what your goals are? Do you know like, you know, you do you have that picture where you're going? And so December, it's really crucial right now to have that picture if you don't have it yet, or make it more clear, make it more straightforward. So there is no room for doubt. So if you want something, there should be like a straightforward vision in your head that like, yes, that is the final, you know, picture that I have the thing and I enjoy it and that's what I want, you know, and not like some doubts, or like, okay, maybe I want it, but maybe not. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I want. I'm not sure where I'm going, or what I want to do. Like, you know, if you're like really clueless about what's your life gonna be, it will be chaotic. It will be scary. The 2026 will be really tough because you're gonna get everything and everything at the same time because you didn't have that path layout for yourself. Your higher self will keep giving you nudges, but you as a human needs to do action, needs to do physical works, physical presence, physical intention in real life. So that means having thoughts, having actions, having dreams about that thing so that you can manifest and create a reality. If you give it away, your will, your power, the reality will, like, somebody will take care of it and give you reality that you didn't choose. So we need to make sure that we have really straightforward idea of what we want our reality to be. It doesn't matter, we don't know how we're gonna get there. It doesn't matter, we don't if our current situation is far away from what we want. But as long as you want, if you know what you want, if you have the like clear idea, belief in your heart that you deserve it, that that's what you want, that it's truly in alignment in your heart desire, and your soul is singing every time you like vision yourself there in that future self. That's where you set, because like next year is gonna be either like, bumpy road towards your destination, or it's gonna be a bumpy road towards nowhere because you don't know where you're going. And so let's see what else. It was good. So yeah, I feel like we just have to really call to take charge with authority. Oh my God. Just exactly what I was getting is just like you will have to take that lead with the charge towards like where you going, what are you wanting, like what is your destination, and yeah, taking this energy, dream and journey. So yeah. You have to know your destination on any journey. You have the destination that you are going to. So you have to have really clear idea on what it is. And I have sun in the bottom. Yes. So it's all guided. You're guided. You're you are watched over. Somebody is watching over you, and you're guided to shine bright. So you have to really know what it is you're doing in order to be your the best self um, in December and going in 2026. So I wanted to pull like past, present, and future to see like how the last year was going, and I mean 2025, and what it's right now, and where we're going for 2026. So basically mid-December, I'm recording it on December 9th. So like few more weeks, we are in that corridor. 1212 is coming, the portal of also release and activation, transformation, completing. Like 1212 is like, and next is zeros. So it's a last call. It's the last chance. It's like closing up. The sun is coming up, like closing up, whatever, like last drink. You have to finish, you have to make your choice, make your last order, because after that you can't order and you're just gonna receive what you already, got. So or like leave the consequences of the choice. And so if you don't choose, if you didn't choose, then you just get nothing. Like whatever, somebody else given a choice for you. That's what we don't want to do, because the goal is to really take power, take control, be in power within your life. All right. So we have our like past energy came out as divine feminine. So 2025, all year we were rising divine feminine. We were transmuting the energy, bringing more like love, abundance, prosperity. So I can feel that because we had a lot of energy rising, a lot of and again, when we see that the toxic masculinity, when we see the broken system, when we see it is when their feminine rising, because we are able to have this compassion, this love, and understanding, even to see what's going on. And then we have sacred gratitude, reverent appreciation prayer. So yes, with all that happening in the world, there were a lot of prayers. We pray to, go through this time, bring light to those who needs it, bring the guidance. So many communities are created. So many people are awakening to this, in unconditional love, awakening to realization of wrongdoings or false truths that are being promoted or like perpetuated into this society, into the collective. So yes, this year 2025 was really uplifting in a way where we saw the injustice, we saw the corruption, we saw the BS, and then we rose to not perpetuate it, not to do more of that, but shift something, change something, bring more love and compassion and forgiveness to end to end that cycle of violence, to end that constant fight, and just bring more love, compassion, and acceptance to kind of excel and expand and continue living as more healthy and balanced society. And then right now we called for courage, strength, fearlessness, and family, because this is end of the cycle. So if we are not courageous, if we are not continue pushing our truth, our belief, our light, then there's just no way to go through it. So only way through this darkness is to go through it. There's no way around it. So you have to look at your traumas, you have to look at your shadows, you have to, and as on a personal level, as same as on a collective level, as we are all connected, touching earth, planting something new. So we're all connected, we all help each other heal, and everybody's like who work in spiritual realms and do transmissions, and other people see it, and it's activate something in them, and then we'll just build new pathways, we build new roads, we build new connections so that we can bring that bright future. We can bring that bright future together, the heart light, open connections. So people coming out more and more of this like dream, and I feel it like as like yourself, your soul self feels trapped within the limitations and barriers of your mind, of your ego, of the programming. So, but now many people feeling called to stand up and do something different, to stand up for themselves, to bring this like more heart activation. I feel like red big heart pulsing, and it's cold, and it's like awakening a dragon, and you are awakening that roar that you are your being of light, and you are invincible, and you are powerful, and as long as you don't give away your power, don't submit for limitations, you have your choice, your right, your will, and then you have to choose what's lifting you up instead of submitting for fearful beliefs, and inevitably putting yourself down into this limitation cages of mind. And so we're calling in this bright open heart and earth magic. So this the rest of December and going into next year, there will be a lot of energy connection with earth, because earth going through this transformation and we are with her. So she supports us and we support her. So there's like will be a lot of people who will feel more connected to earth, doing more earth work, more grounding, and that will help on the level, on the higher level. It will help on the whole collective, the planetary level, when many people ground together, collective meditations, bringing more peace. quieting the mind, quieting this argument, stopping fights. And this energy kind of brings more peace, more calming within, more calming centered. And this what we call to right now. So for this next year, call to really open heart and bring more trust within our, gifts, because we're being guided, and we need to really awaken that we are not physical body. We are here. We're not. Um, we are more than just physical body and living mundane life. So we are calling, this is a call to awaken to this knowledge, that realization that we are more than that, and we are really ready to step into this powerful being and taking control. And so we building new friendships, we're building new communities, and we're sharing this guidance. Like, we all receive the guidance, and we are connected to bring together, to eliminate past, to show like how can we change, how can we evolve, how can we bring back that magic, that real divine love, magic, mystery. I don't know. I feel like really called this like healing woman, like, energy cycles, energy circles coming together as a group, bringing these intentions of love, union, become like shifting into the higher mindset of union. Everybody's united, everything is one, so we can't treat somebody better than the other. So there is like understanding and realization, and on a more global way, that everyone is deserving of life, of good life, and we are here to coexist and not, it's not a competition. We're not trying to like outdo somebody or anything like that. We just want to live our life, experience our experiences, create something to help others, and, share and prosper. So, and that's a transformation by 2027, and 2030, it will be like more potent and more visible, and like we can feel it more. But this year and next year is like still we're in this works of shifting the physical bodies, elevating all the densities and darkness, and we're doing good. We're doing good as a collective. I feel that we are coming to this global awakening more and more, and it would be more and more action made towards dismantling all this elite uh, elite ruling, or like societal limits and programming. So a lot of people will be freed from being in like a labor, being forced to have some kind of sort of labor that they like forced to do. So I feel there would be a lot of releasing and a lot of letting go, and the dismantling low energies, lower corporations that are meant to control us. So yeah, that's 2026. But let's still tap in December, because this month is very important. We still have like 3 weeks to really cut all the cords that we get right now, that we're mentally, emotionally, physically ready to, or make steps towards to limiting something, some influences or connections, to choose you, to choose better for yourself. And then let's see our moonology. What is the moon is telling us? What's energy of December? So I'm getting the answer you need are coming, and conclusions are within reach. Yes, and we both have full moon and eclipse. So we just had this tremendous full moon on December 4th that shifted everything. The energy was so deep, so heavy, so magnificent at the same time. It was real like flip of the switch. So that happened, and now we're 5 days after that. So energy is maybe still kind of shaken, and there is the answers are coming. So maybe you don't know. So okay, it was like, where am I getting my abundance from? What are my next steps? How do I do like that project, or who can help me with the other project? So I feel like it's kind of quiet. I feel like you can't see anything, what's gonna be for your best. You're good enough. So I feel like a lot of people, collective, we are tend to judge ourselves for what we have. So when we don't have certain career, we don't have certain amount of money, we don't have certain like family dynamics, whatever, and then that affects our worth and our like deservingness of good things. So right now you have this 2 weeks to 3 weeks until end of December to really cut that up, shift that perspective, and know that your worth does not connect or does not how to say, like, correlates with what your physical reality is right now. Because remember, your current reality is the product of your previous actions, and this in those consequences and the way how you reacted, how you accepted it or not. So don't judge yourself as the way you are now, because in the past you maybe didn't have enough information, you didn't have that knowledge, you didn't have that energetic support that you do have now, and feel like you're ready to shift. So starting now, just shift their belief that where you are now is directly correlates where, like, if you're worthy or better things, if you are good enough. So you're told that you are good enough as you are right now, and you have to really believe it in your heart and in your mind to be able to move on. Because if you have the doubt and like a belief that you're not good enough because you didn't get that position, or you didn't save that much money, or you didn't do certain things, this is false, it's a limiting, is a programming, and you need to cut it off. All right, so we have time to give rather than take. So um, you're called to be more generous, be more open, be more trusting. Sometimes we like expect. Yeah, so I'm hearing like, don't expect anything in return. If you like feel a goodwill, you feel like your heart needs to help somebody do something, do it out of the big heart and not for the reward. So this also gives you that feeling that you're good enough because of your actions. So then your actions will correlate with your worth. So like when you don't believe that you're worthy, you will do things that are to confirm that. And then when you do believe that you're worthy of abundance, prosperity, unexpected money, career, like people will notice you, then it happens. So then it's make you do things differently because you have different intent in your heart, so you acting differently, and that's what counts. Surrender to the divine. So sometimes we're not getting what we want because that's not what we need. Sometimes redirection is act of love from universe. It's a savage, it's a saving path. Sometimes we again have some kind of false belief that we think that we need certain things to happen for us to be full, to be healed, to be open, to be worthy of abundance. And then again, it's a limiting belief of your mind. It's to keep you stagnant, because if you think that something needs to happen for you to be who you want to be, this is like you put in the responsibility of alarm on a sunrise. It's like alarm to for alarm to ring, it should be like the sun needs to come up. And you can see how it's ridiculous, because alarm is set to come out when it's set to come out. So you are the alarm, and you are the one who sets it. So you tell yourself, okay, alarm can't work until the sun comes out. This is giving out your power to circumstances or outside world circumstances. You're giving away your power. When you take in control of your power, you set your alarm for now, and it rings when you need it to. And so you open your heart, you open your, power flows through you, and you opening up your vessel, your body, your being, all of it to for the divine. And then it takes over, and everything happens how it needs to be when you surrender the control, surrender their beliefs that it's not up to you to do that, to open up, to set that alarm, to ring that alarm. And then we have be bold, make the first move. So again, you're called to move, but then we have this balance. So I feel like it's a little bit contradictory, because we call to also rest and also act. But I feel like you have to use your discernment and your logic and your logic. I feel like it's like being present in now moment, and really looking at things as they are, and not what your pre-programmed beliefs telling you. Sometimes we judge things just because we already had experience, we already know what it is, and we just like automatically give labels to things without really looking at it at every now moment. So the thing is that's coming through is, take it slow, be like balanced and present. And when it's time to act, you need to act according with now moment, not based on your previous experiences, not based on your like memories or something. So you have to be here and now, be fully aware of what the thing is actually, not what you like think. So like we need to really quiet our mind and act through the heart chakra, through the heart center, and not out of our mind. So our mind is limited. It's very powerful, but it's limited. It does not have this, direct access to the divine, and our heart does. Our heart is the pathway, is the bridge where we can download all this and all this knowledge, all this like records, all the knowing that what needs to be done next, what's happening, what the energy of the thing that is presented to you. And when you feel it in now moment, in this present moment, and you surrender the outcome, you surrender the fears, you know that like, okay, this presented, I feel powerful energy from it. I feel it's like matching my energy, and I feel that I'm enough and good enough to take it, to, have this path in my life. And then you take this action, and good luck. And luck is look at the bigger picture. So okay, maybe there's something I need to do in return, right? You have to have some certain exchange of energy. Maybe you have to cut off something that is no longer serving you in order to tap into this new action. But this again, you have to be present now and present in that moment, and not tap out, and not kind of rely on your previous experiences and how you always done things and how you always know things, because we're shifting and timelines changing and things changing, and what we know, maybe like what we knew before, is not enough because life is constant change. There is nothing the same. You can't walk in the same water twice. So even though you had experience with something before, it was one way because of many different, you know, circumstances and different energy. You were different state of mind. You were different knowledge. It was different place and all of that. So this is similar experience, but it was specific to that time and to that moment. And now, if you come in across something that you know, like think twice, be present again, time to time, take action. Be present in the moment. Look at it as for what it is now, for what energy it is giving you. What is your intuition telling you? What is your body telling you? What is your heart telling you? And the lastly, what is your logic? What is your mind telling you? And then you have to have a balance. Okay, so your body may be scared. Your mind may be like, okay, I never done this before. I'm scared. Like maybe not, but your heart is like full of flowers. I see like a firework of flowers. Yes, yes, like your heart saying yes. So then, yeah, you can like find a compromise. Okay, I'll do small steps. I'm not gonna like jump fully into unknown if I'm scared. But if your heart like, okay, I know it's hard to make that first step, but like once you do it, I'll take over. And then your mind just you need to learn how to compromise. It's like talking to a little child to give them some kind of explanation or like what it is for them to do it, what it is for your inner child, that ego or that little scared child that trying to control universe to be safe, what this child needs, and you have to tap into it and see like, okay, my inner child wants like security, and then what can you do to make yourself feel secure and calm? And then once you're secure and calm, you can see, okay, like I can make this action. I see this is what's next, and then you do it. And so this is a reminder to not rush, to not just act automatically out of, like habit, or just like not having a control over every single decision you make, because you have to be really 100% sure that your decisions are based on heart space, on love and compassion, and not out of fear, out of necessity, out of like again, survival, because the universe is shifting, and the earth is shifting, and we are in this time when we have to be 100% true to ourselves, 100% to be in alignment. All right, one more message. Angels of Abundance. Let's see, what does the Angels of Abundance have to tell us for December collective? What is the December message from the Angels of Abundance? What do we need to know about our prosperity, wealth? All right. God is your source, yes. And then I have unlimited ideas. Well, that's the one. Beautiful. Maybe not. Okay, so God is your source. Everything you need is supplied by infinite source of God. And your face opens the doorway to receive it. In God, there is no lack or limitation. Rather, there is a plenty of abundance for all to share. That's exactly what I was talking in the beginning of the video, that Earth provides everything. God is Earth. We are all God's children. Everybody have a spark of God. It's just a matter um, how safe we feel to believe that we are magnificent. Because I know from ourselves, I was made feel unsafe being myself when I was a child. I couldn't be bright and shining like I wanted to, because that will irritate people around me back then. So many people just, buried that light of God deep behind, behind the curtain, somewhere in the deeper corners, because it was unsafe to be themselves. And now we're coming into this reality, into this energy where it is called on to be yourself, to dig out that light and put it up, turn on that light that we had to switch off back when we were children. And so when you need help, ask God for support. Prayers, very powerful connection and gratitude. So when you're grateful for life, for you that you exist, that you have what you have, and asking for more without feeling shame or unworthy, because you are worthy, you are infinite, and you have to take that, you have to take that the truth for yourself, and not in order to be better than everybody else or like have that power or whatever. It's for you to feel powerful within yourself. You are that powerful being that God is watching over you, but you have to know it yourself that you are that powerful. And then we have unlimited ideas. Your mind is one with God's infinite mind. Therefore, you have complete access to unlimited ideas, guaranteed to bring blessings. All you need to do is to take divinely guided action to allow these ideas to come to fruition. So again, when we have clear mind, when we release all the limiting programmings, when we don't have that fearful consciousness or like victimhood consciousness, when we live in abundance, when we one connected with God, yes, all the intuition brings us these ideas. We have those thoughts, the conversations with God that gives us the steps, gives us the guidance, gives us like what to do next. And when we're in alignment, when we balanced, when we calm, when we trust, we follow, and then we succeed. We receive that fruition. And this year, and was this year when we were guided to go through something difficult, something tough, letting go, cutting people, changing works, changing like houses, homes, changing, like releasing the families. There was a lot to let go of, but the God was guiding you, and in reward, as a reward, you will be getting those ideas. So you have to take the divinely guided chance. So you will be given for your hard work, for that sacrifices that you had to make, for those brave actions that you had to step up for yourself, stand up for yourself, cut off maybe people who weren't good for you, choose yourself. Maybe it caused loneliness, it caused being alone, being misunderstood, being outcasted, isolated, feeling like nobody's there for you, but God is here for you. Universe is on your side. You are where you need to be. Sometimes when we're in the dark, it's just because we've been planted. You are, the fruit, the flower of God's work. So allowing God guide you, allowing the universe take this, take control, take over, and show you where you need to be. You just have to listen, you have to take chances, you have to trust, you have to leap, you have to believe, and open your heart and expand love outside yourself to your neighbors, And when we all connect, we'll create this big bubble of love, and everybody is connected and in the heavens, and bringing this like natural state of us that as a light beings, and we bring in this natural state here, allowing our bodies to shift, transform, and rise to their occasion, and rise in frequency and become more light and more connected and more guided and protected. And I hope you are getting the message, receiving this divine guidance, divine calling that your heart feels need to really, destroy the shackles and bright and be shining and be bright and be that light of God and act accordingly and be present in now moment. And December is going to be great. We're still in the midst of transformation on a global level, but I think this month is really like showing us what we've done, how much hard work we've done, and reward is coming. So by the end of the December, you'll get that reward, that retribution, that blessing, that confirmation that you done work and it worked, and that you transformed, you expand, you getting that what you want. And going in 2026, we are more more in alignment with the Mother Earth, with our nature, and we are shape shifting. So we are always transforming within the earth. And when you're called to, become something bigger for the cause of, humanity, for their greater good, and then you feel that you are capable of doing this and you feel empowered to do so and follow your guidance. And I send in you all much love, healing, transformation, opening all your chakras, connecting and alignment with the guides and your divine life. And so you'll be co-creating with the universe. And I hope that helps. And I'll see you all next month for your January energy update. Bye.